Pusha T, much like a lot of rappers, I know you don't like when I say rappers, much like a lot of the rap gang, whatever we want to call them, is getting into the coffee business. I wonder why. Is it just that coffee is lucrative? It's kind of like cannabis, where it's just like a thing that people will always buy, and that's why they're all doing the same thing. I mean, that wasn't a hypothetical. That wasn't a rhetorical question. That was a real question. All right.
Um,
Well, okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to answer this.
Okay.
I think it's whack. I don't know the answer to your question. Um, I think it's whack that this is the wave. If people have in if there is an authentic interest in this, then that's fine. But I think it's whack that like this is the new thing, and everybody's just starting coffee brands. Um, it did seem authentic with Jadakiss. I thought it was cool with Ghostface. And yeah, sure, it's catchy to call it grinding because of Pusha T's history and that record
Yeah,
with the clips.
definitely got you.
But it's like, oh, so everybody's just gonna have a coffee brand now.
It's a little strange that everybody's doing it, but I guess it's kind of like women in the hair care business.
Mhm.
Like, what black woman in Hollywood do you know that doesn't have a hair care line? Kind of the same thing, I think. Or like, or like wines, and well, not even just wines. Alcohol, period, is like a celebrity business.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just coffee is like the earthy version of, you know, vodka and prosecco and whatever else, cognac. Maybe it's just like the I'm grown and like I don't drink all the time, but I like coffee and people like coffee. And if people like coffee, I can make a lot of money off of coffee. I honestly don't know why Ghostface is doing it because his cafe is only open like one day a week for like 5 hours. I would love to hear more from him about why he opened that business because he can't possibly be making tons and tons of money. Maybe it really was a passion project of his. I don't know.
But
But
remember, he's got K cups and he ships internationally. So
absolutely. I'm just saying, as far as the whole cafe thing goes, because the cafe came before the K cups. So that that was odd to me discovering that it's only open for a few hours a week. It was kind of like, well, do you do that well? Maybe he does. I don't know. Um, Still haven't been.
me either. Pusha T says,
Hmm.
all my dreams and ideas start from my passions.
Okay.
Luckily, I have been able to find partnerships and platforms to help bring my visions to life.
Okay.
This is just a piece of me and how I start my day. That's what he wrote on social media for Grinding Coffee, which is described as a premium black coffee blend with Java files able to get their first taste of the brand at Tyler Creators Camp Flog Gnaw Festival this last weekend. In addition to the coffee, Pusha T also unveiled new merch, including t-shirts, hoodies, and totes, boasting the Grindin Coffee logo.
I don't want that. And let me tell you why I don't want merch that says grinding. Do you remember the Rise and Grind community?
Yes.
I don't want any confusion walking around with a grinding tote bag. I don't want any confusion. I don't want anybody to think that I'm a part of the Rise and Grind community. Okay? You grind, you also rise, and that's fine. Both of those things can happen. But like that whole thing was weird on the internet, and so he can keep the merch. That's not gonna go into my collection. We know I love a good, love a good love a good pop culture moment. This is not gonna be one of them for me. I would try the coffee. I like good coffee, but I don't want merch that says grinding.
It says grinding coffee.
Oh, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You know. You know. Were you a rising grinder?
I think for a little while, yeah.
That's why you've been so quiet.
I just don't feel very strongly about it either way, so I was letting you get your shit off.
I feel like it was a lot of people that weren't actually getting up and doing anything. I'm not saying that about you. I'm just saying it was a lot of people who really didn't have much to do that were rising and grinding, and it was, it's kind of like how they talk about people in Atlanta that like got all these businesses, but you never seen the business or anything about it. Same thing. I want to be a doer. I am a doer. I don't want anybody to get confused. But anyway, will you be wearing the merch or drinking the coffee?
I will not be doing either of the sort.
Oh, okay.
I would try Jadakiss coffee, and I've said that before. Um, I'm not against that. Kiss Coffee, I think it's called.
Yeah, and I love,
Kiss Cafe, I think it's called, something
yeah,
like that.
I love that he did it with his family. I thought that was really sweet and really cool.
Right, and they spoke about how on multiple platforms how his dad is the person who's like the coffee expert,
Yeah,
the aficionado, and they're pairing up with him to do this.
yeah.
And so I thought that was great. It's also multi-generational,
hmm I
you
love.
know. Jadakiss dad, Jadakiss and Jadakiss son.
Yeah,
And his name is Jaywan. And so I think that's great. Uh, but this, I just feel like, all right, whatever, man. So coffee is a new trend. All right, fine.
it's a trend, but I also think if people are starting thriving businesses, that's great too.
Sure.
I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, walk to the ends of the earth to go to all of these cafes or drink all of these people's coffee. But like I said, I feel like the coffee business is becoming like the liquor business, like the hair care business. Everybody has
Good
one.
point.
Um
You're right.
and they do where they go where the money goes. And a lot of times celebrities are, and I don't know that this is the case, and it doesn't sound like it's the case with Jadakiss, but a lot of times there are these celebrities are approached by companies that want their name, and so they
Yeah.
collaborate with them on these brands. And I don't know again if this is what happened with Pusha T, but I guess if it's another stream of income, it's not the worst thing in the world, you know?
No, it's not the worst.
So I'm gonna stick to my um, Nescafe and Cafe Bustelo. But you know, if I end up at Camp Flogna one day,
It was just a weekend festival.
I know. Is it not annual?
Yes.
So that's what I mean. If I end up there one day and they're serving that coffee or someone else's, I'll drink it.